Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to tonight's episode of Sedge on Block Marathon Madness. Um, and I'm your host, Johnson Lagoon. Alright, so today we're going to discuss Season 8, Episode 9, Wacky Day Off. And then we're going to discuss Season 8, Episode 62, Wonderful Wednesday. So let's begin. So let's start with Season 8, Episode 9. Wacky Day Off. So today, it's a bit of a different episode. Um, so this is um, this is seventh grade, and on certain days in the seventh grade, the school has days off, for, staff training. So this is the first day off. This is the first, staff training, so Hunter doesn't have to go to school this day. Which is he's glad to have a nice day off from school and from some of the chaos and the craziness of the burden. Um, so yeah. So the first thing you see is that even though that Hunter's having a day off, that Heartland is not off. So he wants to, and he has to go English still. And he wants to go English because he don't want to have to make it up on Thursday, the next day, because he wants to still do the preschool program on Thursday. So, that's what would happen if he didn't go to English. So Hunter um gets to Heartland, even though it's his day off, and he goes to English. He's a little bit late, which is kind of wacky. But he goes to English, they do bell work, they do assignment. Um, Hunter's a little bit acting wacky, acting crazy, a little bit wild this day. And at Heartland, in English. And people think Hunter's wacky for coming in on a day off, but he wants to get the credit, he wants to make sure he don't have to, you know, me do it the next day, so uh, oh hi. Jesus. Sorry about that interruption there. Anyway, so, but he just works on their reading, their activities that they're doing, and then they go hunt, and then they have a break, and then they go back to class and finish up what they're doing in English, and then the day gets done, and his mom picks him up, from Heartland, and they head back home for their day off. Um, and while at home, um, they eat. I'm trying to think. I think after Heartland, they go eat out somewhere for lunch. And I think where they eat out at, and his brother Luke is also having a day off. Um, so I think what they do is that they go to a Mexican restaurant for lunch. I believe. Which we get to see this and you see the clip, and they have a good time. Hunter's acting wacky. And then they go to a foot store, a shop that Luke wanted to do. And then after that, um, they head home. And then Hunter actually hangs out with his skills coach. Now, in 11th grade, he has a new skills coach. It's no longer Erica. Erica's doing something else. And his new skills coach is actually Kelly, and they meet in the evenings. So, in this episode, they meet in the early evening. They do um, I think they go to a park or somewhere, and they do they talk, chit chat, and then they do Uno and snakes and ladders and the rest. That's what they're getting. And then Kelly takes them home, back home. Um, and that's it for um the episode, and that's where it ends. So there's that. So now we're going to discuss season 8, episode 32, Wonderful Wednesday. And this is still an grade, and this is a multi-part episode series. So there's going to be multiple of these. So here we go. So Hunter, it starts out with Hunter going to Hartman. He goes, it's English day, it's Wednesday. So he goes to English, they do work, they do activities, and he's just in a positive mood, he's in a wonderful mood, and he's just extremely positive. Um, and then they have a break, and then they go back to English, finish the Heartland day, and then they get it done, and then he gets to back to the high school. Then he goes to study hall and then lunch, and they have Burhan meeting. But Hunter's in a nice mood. He's just having a wonderful day. I think it's still good for him as well. And his classes that day, the vibes are good. Everything was good. It was wonderful. And then he goes to um and he eats his lunch and he does this. And then he goes to science with Mr. Mendock and he gets food and they do some activities, they do some work, they do lessons, and they get food. And then he goes to Algebra 2, which is just, I think it's just a chill day. And there's lots of chill days in Algebra 2, which is nice. So he just chills, relax, he has no homework for the night. And then he goes to the resource and he just watches YouTube, TikTok, he just chills and relaxes because he has no math homework. So, and maybe he does work on homework for English and stuff and other classes. But then, but anyway, and then he goes to U.S. history, which is good, good vibes in there. And he gets food today, and it was a wonderful Wednesday. He heads home, and he slays all day as the savage he is. And that is it for tonight's episode of the Sad John Block Marathon Madness. I'll see you tomorrow night for Thursday night episode of the Sad John Block Marathon Madness. Have a good one. May God bless and protect each and every one of you. And um, and have a good one. Bye.